Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. And we're here at Nurburgring, and I had a request for a setup here at Nurburgring, which I do have one. Um, it's a little bit old. It's probably about 6 months old, so it's not terrible. But I wanted to have something that's incorporate some of more things that I'm doing more to my latest setups and to see if it would help the Nissan. And also, I haven't driven it in a while, so I just kind of want to see what I can do with it. So basically, worked on it some, and I got a decent setup. I think it's really good for race setup, at least for me anyway. So again, I'll just make a quick lap and then go over the setup. And of course, I will leave the link to the setup in the description. And of course, I have a PayPal link there also for anybody that wants to support the channel that way. But whether you watching the video all the way through, liking, subscribing, all that support, so I really appreciate it. Or sharing. I mean, sharing's a big thing too, especially with the YouTube stuff. So let's make a lap. And there's some things here with the Nissan that's definitely particular to it. Now, you really want to use second gear most of the time. This is about one of the few turns I will use first, is turn one. Okay, so I brake right around the 100, but you can see I'm actually down to first. And some of that's helping the brake, and some of it's just you get a good, drive out of here. But, I mean, really, with the Nissan, you really don't use first that often. So, if you haven't practiced that, you really need to, because it just wants to rip the tires off. So again, it's a great motor, but the good side, it's got, it's a double-bladed sword, because it's good and bad, because it's got so much power everywhere that you just overpower the car. So basically, you want to be in the gear ratios the way they are. You're better off to be in second. You're way faster. So except here, I stay in first. You can probably stay in second, but I just click it up to third real quick, go into second, just right back down to second. Now, this turn here, which I usually mostly take in first in almost everything, you got to take this turn in second. This next couple corners, you want to stay in second, or it'll just, it'll just slide around wanting to spin the tires. So again, just stay in second gear. It's fine. It rotates really good. You can get back on the gas. I mean, really good. But it's a lot of it's the gear ratios of the Nissan. Of course, you go down here where the pavement changes. That's my brake marker. And basically go down to third. And again, down this corner, some cars I use first or second. I definitely use second in the Nissan here. I made a mistake there. That cost me a little bit of time. I just barely hit the sand there. And of course, this corner, use second. You got a couple different ways of doing it. Double apexing it or holding it tight is a couple different ways. And Schumacher S's, I basically just get off the throttle a little bit, and that's it. And that, basically just lift a little bit, and that's back in. You can almost go full throttle through there. And then here, we're at the 100. Now here you want to go down to second, and you want to stay tight through there. And the reason why is you don't want to run so wide that you're way over on the other side. You want to be able to get back over here to the left side of the track, unless you're defending or something. Because with the Nissan, with the gears, if you can master going through here in third, you're going to gain some time for sure. Now, if you're defending and you have to go into second, that's okay. But you might lose a little time. But third is the quick way. So again, you want to pretty much go over to the left. And then basically, try to hit the apex and be able to get on the gas as soon as you can. Hold it tight. And then up here, I'm in sixth, and I go down to third. It goes right through here, really good. Back up to fourth. And then back down to second. And it'll hug that really good, and just comes right off of that fine. And that was my fast lap, even with that mistake. That's a 155.71. And of course, that's what, I started with 63 liters, so I'm down to 50 now, but I started with 63 liters. So, I mean, that's not terrible for a race fuel load. So at least for me, it's not anyway. I think it's solid in the 55s, which I know there's a lot of guys that go a lot faster than that, but I think that's pretty decent for my pace, and especially with the Nissan. And I mean, I think you can be pretty consistent with that. I ran a 55.72 and then a 55.71, so I mean, it's pretty decent as far as consistency. It's just a matter of practice and to get used to that, what the Nissan likes and what it doesn't like. Let's go over the setup. You got 25.5 left front, 26 left rear, 26.1 right front, and 26.3 right rear. The toes are negative 0.16 with the camber at negative 3.5 and the caster at 17. The toe on the rear is positive 0.1 with the camber at negative 3.2. Here I've tried a few different things, but just little bits here and there, and just tuning it to what it's telling me as far as the spread between the inner and the outer, and things like that. So I mean, really, I tried a few different things as far as the toe and negative camber, but this is what I've settled with. Electronics are 3 and 3, so you can go up to 4 in the TC if you need to. Of course, like I said, fuel 63 liters. Number 1 brake pad. Wears decent, not bad. I always could wish it could be better, but it wasn't that bad. Just had light graining. Any roll bar 6. Brake bias is 60.1. You can go down to 59 with no problem. Steering's all the way down. Springs on the front are 166,000 with a bump stop rate of 600 and a bump stop range of 5. And on the rear, the springs are 136,000 with a bump stop rate of 800 and a bump stop range of 15. Any roll bar is 4 and the preload on the diff is 80. Try lots of different springs. Now, one thing you might want to try is click up. I like the way it felt the best this way with the rear springs maxed out. So if you want to try that and practice with it and see if you can do better with it, it probably might help. I really liked it that way. It really felt just linear as far as the rotation, and I really liked that. But after I had a few laps on it, going through the Schumacher S's, it got real loose. So something I did not like. So, and again, so that's just something that maybe this is to me driving, maybe the way I was driving, I don't know, but that's something that you can try to see if it works good for you. Other than that, everything else seems pretty good. Shocks, we have 10, 4, 22, and 20 on the front, and on the rear it's 6, 1, 16, and 5. And that's all dialed in by Motec. I'll see if I can show the files here. That's the fast lap. I did make some adjustments because it was off. A couple of click here, a couple of clicks there. Was off on the bump over here. It was off on the rebound. On just about every one of them, I did some small adjustments on the rebound. So it should be even closer than it is here. Not terrible. It's close, but definitely adjusted it multiple times. But it keeps getting closer and closer and closer, so I think it should be pretty good now. Because, again, every time I adjust it, it's less and less, and now it's just like a click here. And that's about it. Aero got it 56 on the front, 63 in the rear with a 4-wing maxed out, and a 3 and a 3 and a brake ducts, and the front aero variation is a negative 0.6. So, again, the one thing, that's definitely that's against the Nissan is the adjustability as far as the wing. I mean, so every time you make a wing change, it's pretty dramatic because you only have, 4 settings. Well, yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of, you can go flip and flop type of thing. You go one side and it's, understeering, and you go the other way and then it's too loose and the back end's unstable. So here at Nurburgring, it's a lot easier just to have it maxed out, especially with all the power that the Nissan has. You're constantly trying to hook it up, so you're just better off to do it this way. And you got plenty of speed down the straightaway. It still has good speed, so that's not like a hindrance. You need it to be able to handle the corners. So I settled with this. If it rotates too much for you, it's already got max wing, so all I would do is adjust the rear ride height. I would not touch the front. I highly recommend not doing that because it'll make the thing understeer really bad, really fast. I would just click down on the rear ride height, just one click at a time. If it's oversteering, if it over rotates for you, just go down one click at a time, and sooner or later it should be. Time you get to 60-ish, if it should be understeering like crazy by then. So again, that's what I would do if it's uncomfortable for, doesn't fit your type of driving style. So again, I hope you like it. I hope it works good for you. Like I said, I think it's a solid race setup, especially for the Nissan GTR, which is fun to drive. I've always liked it. I think I still say it's one of the best sounding 6-cylinders in ACC. I just love the snarls and everything that it makes. So, and the whine and all that, it just sounds really great. So I like driving it once in a while. I enjoy it. So again, I appreciate any support, and I sure hope it works good for you and you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.